One grew up on the territory feel.
And what you gonna do?
The larger-than-life icons.
Oh, yeah! Woo! The best there is, the best there was!
And the foundation of the business.
The other came in during a new era.
Now, both worlds meet in one place. Breaking down Raw, SmackDown, premium live events, legends, hot takes, and everything in between.
Oh, it's true!
This is the 8301 Wrestling Podcast, the perfect address for wrestling talk.
All right. Welcome to episode 6 of the 8301 Podcast, your address for all WWE news. I am your host, Marcus Brown.
And it's your boy, Chris.
All right. And we are talking about Raw for the week of May. What day is it today? The 16th. So the week of May 11th through May 15th.
Yeah.
Apologize for not knowing the dates. It's been a week. But let's just speak about Raw before we get into SmackDown. We're going to wrap it all up in a tight little bow if you didn't get to watch it this week. But even if you watched it, you know, you hear our takes. Hopefully we'll get your takes in the comments and see what everybody thought. It was a pretty pedestrian week in my opinion.
Yeah.
So this shouldn't take too long. All right. So first up, we had the Street Profits and Joe Hendry defeating the Vision. I'm gonna say this before you really go in. It's the jokes about Bianca and Montez being there because, you know, she can't make any money, like, not funny. Like I don't know why. Like, even with the Seth jokes with Becky, like, just because your wife is successful doesn't mean you're trash. Like I don't understand how that diminishes you because you have a successful woman. But sure, but I think Montez handled it well. I mean, I know it was all written, but he handled it well. The match was a match. I mean, everybody's really athletic, everybody's really good, but the Braun Breaker sitting on the outside, kind of directing traffic. For me, if he's doing that, what is Paul Heyman's job? Because to me, that's what your manager does. But it's like Braun was doing, and I liked when he came around, tried to do the spear. Seth popped up. That's a whole thing. Like, oh great, Seth is back, so he can lose again. So it's like a whole thing, but it was a match.
Yeah. So I'm glad the Street Profits are back on television for one.
Yes.
Now I do like what they're trying to do, or maybe what they're doing with the Street Profits and Seth, like that whole little deal, you know, because, you know, Seth is known for not being able to be trusted. Yeah. And so that whole deal could be something. I'm wondering where they're going to go with that. Because I saw, you know, during the backstage segment to where, you know, Dawkins wanted to, you know, like, listen to Seth. But Tez was like, yeah, no, you know, we're not doing that. So I'm kind of wondering if it's gonna be some type of. I'm wondering what they're trying to do with that. So that kind of interests me a little bit.
Well, and I do think Montez kind of owes Seth an apology. You got all angry, but he saved your partner. Y'all won the match. So why are you like?
Well, because he got Dawkins' spirit.
True. But he didn't get him. He moved out the way.
Nah, he moved out the way to get Dawkins' spear. Like, he sacrificed Dawkins.
I do the same thing. I ain't taking no spear. You got it. You bigger than me. Like, I don't. But he saved him first. We just gonna leave out the fact that he saved him. That's why they won the match.
But I mean, was it a save, or was it because Seth wanted revenge on Braun?
I mean, sure, but the enemy of my enemy can sometimes be my friend.
Okay,
so. You know, Montez got to understand. First of all, y'all ain't got no friends neither. Why you talking about Seth? Who out here backing up the Street Profits?
Yeah. Well, and then, you know, they ain't been on TV enough to even be backing up.
But the last time you were on TV, y'all were heels. Now you came back and you baby faces.
See, I can't really like call them heels because I feel like that wasn't even enough. Man, was they really heels?
Yeah, they were wearing all black. They changed the music to slow it down because, you know, heels can't have, you know, hype music.
Yeah, but it didn't last long because, I mean, I feel like after Bobby left, they just turned right back. It was like a 2-week deal.
And they don't have the personalities for heel.
Yeah,
I'm not saying they couldn't pull it off. It's just y'all are faces. It's kind of like the New Day trying to be heels. It's not. Some people just, it doesn't fit you. You've been.
But the New Day, I think it kind of worked. Because remember, So, like, when they first debuted, they tried to be faces and the crowd booed it. But then they turned heel. That was kind of like the roasting. They roasted everybody.
Yeah.
That was good. But then, like, it was so good that the crowd started cheering for them.
You're not heels. You're face. You're
But
natural
that's what
baby
usually
faces.
happens, though, with heels. Like, if you're a great heel, people going to start to like you over time. That happens to all. That happens to all. Like, like the greatest heels become the best faces.
Okay.
It's hardly ever. I can't think of a time to where a great heel was a heel their whole life. It's like they had to eventually change, or the crowd started liking them. I'll say.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think. No, I don't think anybody's just always bad. I mean, technically, Bad News Brown was always bad, but that's too far back. God, I can't. Yeah, no, I don't think there's anybody who's just inherently evil their entire career.
Yeah, the whole career, because usually the crowd start liking them, especially if they're great at what they do.
That's true. Well, I'm not. That's a thought. I'm gonna get back to everybody next week on that. I gotta get my Rolodex brain. But next match we had Javon Evans, your boy is Bouncy.
Yes, sir.
Beating Rusev. Now before the match, you had Penta coming out. He was talking. Ethan Page came out. Then, Rusev came out. Then Ethan Page. Then Javon came out. Javon was talking. He got punched in the face. Then him and Penta cleared the ring, and then they did the Penta walk together and all that. And I'm like, that's cool. Faces are doing stuff together, but at the same time, I want your belt. I'm not dancing with you. I'm not walking with you. I'll be on a tag team with you so I get some TV time, whatever. But I'm learning your moves. Like everything I'm doing is just to study you, but I'm not kicking it with you. So, but that's Javon's personality, and I like that about him. He gets to just be him. His character, I feel like, that's just who he is.
Could you see, or is it too early? Could you see Javon being darker? Do you think that's possible?
No, he doesn't. He's just too happy. Yeah.
Is it just his personality, or is it the moveset? Do you think that's another thing? Do you think, even with with just what we talked about with the whole heel turn, like with the whole heels, like can a high flyer like that be a heel?
Yeah, no, I think a high flyer can be a heel. I just think with Javon's personality, but anybody could be heelish, I guess. You could do heelish things.
Yeah, I guess with even with AEW, with I guess with Ricochet, I guess he's a heel now. So I guess but he's like an annoying heel. So I guess it's just different. But anyway,
he's not like a bad guy. He gets on your nerves.
Right. But I don't know. It sounds like I mean, I would love to see Javon not even necessarily turn heel, but to be more like this is the title I want, and maybe they doing a slow burn with that.
Yeah, but go after what you want, man. Stop doing like the smiley baby faces are annoying.
Yeah.
Like you could be a good guy and I have to be like, hey, I'm just so happy to be here.
Yeah.
Like, no, like I'm still hungry. I still want to be at the top. I'm just not going to do it in nefarious ways.
Right.
That's just my opinion. So next we had the very sad moment of Asuka in the original Asuka face paint. I don't know if anybody caught that. She had just the one black line across her face. But Asuka said goodbye to Io Sky, said she was happy that Io was the one to take her place, all of that, hugged her, took her, literally picked up her bag and went home. Yeah, and to Asuka, that sucks.
If that's see, and so I don't know if this is a storyline or if this is real, because if that's storyline, I hate how they like that's how she's going to leave, like like in a backstage segment. I feel like that's kind of whack. If that's how she's going to leave, if that's her official exit, that's kind of. I feel like she deserves more than that.
Well, yeah, but maybe that's how she wanted to go out.
Okay, now and then if that's the case, then cool.
But yeah,
I guess from a fan's for me,
because Asuka's done a lot.
Yeah, she's done a lot. She's an all-time great. So I figure she deserves more fanfare instead of being delegated to a backstage segment.
But no, I like it like this because now it's like we want more, and it's like no, don't leave, come back. So if she does, you get the bigger pop because we never got the real goodbye. If that makes sense. It's kind of like she's the hero that just rode off into the sunset. She didn't want the fanfare and all the just like Brock Lesnar. Well, he kind of got fanfare because he did it in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
But that ride off into the sunset, like I'm done.
But that's his personality anyway, too, because he always said he never cared about it all that anyway.
And not everybody wants the John Cena year, like AJ Styles, out of nowhere. I mean, supposedly we all knew he was done, but to know, like when it happened, it was like no run, no announcement. So not everybody needs that. I'm gonna go on a tour for a year, counting down the days I'm gone. Everybody, show how much you love me. John Cena, new T-shirt everywhere I go. We don't know. Everybody doesn't always need that. So I could respect it, but I hate that she's gone because she was great. She was great. She was one of the good ones. But hey, guess what? From Asuka, because WWE loves me so much, they said we're going to take you from one of the greatest women of all time to one of the Bella Twins. So the Judgment Day attacked Paige and Brie Bella. I don't even want to talk on that. Welcome back, Paige. I'm just going to keep saying that, but you go ahead.
Man, the hate for the Bella Twins is insane. This is a weekly occurrence.
It's real, bro. It's real.
What's the That sounds like something personal happening.
No, I cannot stand how much credit they get for the women's revolution. Now, I'm going to say this because I have had someone say something to me about how I went in on them. If they did a lot of things behind the scenes, which I wouldn't know anything about, then more power to them and congratulations. But the credit they get on TV is like they in-ring work is why they're part of the women's revolution, and I'm not giving them that.
Okay.
I've never in my life, and this is a hill I will die on and be buried on, seen a Bella's match where I was like, run that back. That was amazing. Never in my life. I've seen Paige matches like that. So, good that they're teamed up. I've seen a lot of it. Like, to me, them and Eva Marie, same, they need to be together. Same. Oh, Eva Marie was absolutely terrible, but she got better as time went.
Yeah.
So, but to me, Eva Marie, the Bella Twins, they don't know. They're bad. They're bad. They're very bad. Mm-mm.
But you don't think their contributions equated? I mean, just because you don't think they was good inside the ring, but their contributions to what they brought to WWE, that doesn't equate
what they bring. Because Brie Bella comes out and tears her shirt and then rotates her little small hips and no butt. I always find that hilarious. I'm like, what are you rotating right now? Like I got
she
more.
Got a little something.
There ain't nothing back there. That come on, bro. Come on, bro. Now I don't know. It's because I just like I like black women, and I'm just saying. But there's no hips there, and there's no. And then she had a baby. You thicken up after that. No, nope. More power to Brie. She married, happy with Daniel Bryan. They having babies, and Bryan Danielson. Sorry, he flipped it around. But I have no problems with them as women. I have no problems with them as people. I have no problem with them as individuals. I cannot stand them as wrestlers.
Okay.
That's it. Are they social media big? Yes. Are they influencers? Yes. Can they wrestle? Absolutely not.
But you don't think all the stuff that you listed that they can do brought?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I'm not giving them that. Nope.
All right.
They don't mean anything to me. When they were the fact that they're Hall of Famers.
You don't think they should be Hall of Famers?
Blows my mind. Hall of Famers for what? What Hall of Fame career have they had?
I mean, they brought eyes to the, from a mainstream standpoint.
So that makes you a Hall of Famer? What did you accomplish in the business?
I mean, WWE has put in there. I mean, they put a lot of people that could be questionable in the Hall of Fame.
Oh no, I agree. No, on that one, there's people who
maybe that's a good topic. Maybe that's a good topic we could talk about.
The Hall of Fame. Yeah, I'm done. But I mean, you feel free to talk about this segment. I mean, nothing really happened. But
yeah, I don't have anything other than I wonder how long they're gonna do this for, as far as keeping Paige in the, because I feel like something tells me. I mean, honestly, they should lose at Saturday night's main event. They should drop the titles, and maybe they will. Because I would love to see Paige back on the solo, spree. I don't really want to see her in the tag.
She said something to Brie after the match when they were sitting down. She was talking to her in the middle of the. I don't know what they were talking about, but I don't know if she got hurt again or something was bothering her. But like, if you watch it after they win, Paige sits up and she grabs Brie and starts whispering in her ear, and then they get up and do whatever. But I don't know, because remember the week before she got her head busted open and she did the same thing. So,
and maybe they keeping her in a tag team to kind of bring her back slowly, so that she don't have to work as much. They're trying to just bring her back slowly. But yeah, I would love to see
and they still testing that neck.
Right. So maybe it's all from a safety standpoint, and I can, that's cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that singles run from Paige.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on from that wonderful topic. Next is good females wrestling. We have Io Sky defeating Sol Ruka. It was a really good match. I thought it was excellent.
Excellent match. I love Solo.
Yeah,
I love Sol Ruka.
Yeah. Even when she went, when she went for her move and Io reversed it, I thought that was great. Like, yeah, that was just a good match. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is probably not a wrestling deal, but just her being half black, they just made her finer to me. That's just like just her knowing that she got some black in her.
It changed it.
That kind of like, oh yeah, she just looks even better
big time. Now, when one thing I'll say about Io is known to come up with like crazy reverses to every move.
Yeah,
like even when Bailey was trying to put her in her move, and then she turned it into that front flip, and then you got Sol Ruka going for the Soul Snatcher, and then she turned that into that crucifix pin. It's like Io Sky, I understand what Triple H is saying. Her mind, like how she does things, she makes it look very believable, if that makes sense. Like not I'm not saying everything they do is playing. I'm just saying it always looks like she's thinking on her feet, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I think I really enjoy that. But Sol Ruka can go, man. Like she can wrestle, and I enjoy her. I do.
I think she had posted on the Instagram. She had posted a meme about if Jeff Hardy and Lita pretty much had a baby, it would be her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then she showed herself jumping off all the stuff. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. No, I'm excited to see what she's gonna do.
Yeah. It seemed like they doing. I could see. It sounded like they building towards her and Becky. So I could see Becky dropping the belt to her.
Okay.
I wonder how long they're gonna plan that out. Maybe I wonder if they're gonna drag it out to SummerSlam, or like his Money in the Bank that's before that, right?
Money in the Bank is usually September.
Okay, so it's after SummerSlam.
Yeah, we got SummerSlam first, I believe. Don't we?
I thought SummerSlam was because I thought Money in the Bank is in the summer, like before.
You might be right. I don't know off the top of my head. So
I was just wondering when, because I know they're doing a program with that.
And while you're looking at that, let me ask you another question. When you look at Sol Ruka, when you look at Paige, when you look at Io Sky, right? When you look at Roxanne Perez, then you look at the Bella Twins, right? Tell me they're on the same level.
They're not on the same level, but that's supposed to happen with evolution. You're supposed You're supposed to get better. There was at a time to where, first of all, that was at a time to where the divas they were still called divas.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They couldn't they wasn't given time to wrestle.
Okay,
so maybe
So look at Jazz.
Since September.
Okay, so if you look at Jazz, if you look at Jacqueline, if you look at Michelle McCool, if you look at who else from back then that was like, look at Lita, look at Trish. These are all before the Bellas.
Yeah.
Way better than them. So before and after, them in the middle.
How are they? But it was even worse because I feel like
Jazz ain't even in the Hall of Fame. Jazz can wrestle circles around the Bellas.
Oh, she was in the Hall of Fame.
Jazz is in the Hall of Fame.
Jazz and Ivory's in the Hall of Fame. She's in the Hall of Fame. Jazz is. I could have sworn she got inducted like a couple years ago.
I'm gonna look while you talk. Go ahead.
But yeah, like during that time, there was because they got put back to divas. They wasn't allowed to wrestle no more. They were just there. I think like they're giving 2-minute matches. You can't tell a story in 2 minutes like a wrestling match.
I can agree. One, Jazz is not in the Hall of Fame. Just checked.
Wow. Okay.
See, but the Bellas are. And no, it is hard to tell a story in 2-minute matches. But like when you look at Trish Stratus versus Mickie James, I remember that match because it was like
that was classic.
Half lesbianism, half match, which was great. But it was whatever. Like, show me a Bella Twins match like that. Those were divas, by the way. So show me a Bella Twins match. That's on par with that. I can show you a 2-minute Jazz match better than any Bella Twin match.
But that could be blamed for the writing because See, when you mentioned the Trish and Mickey James, that's a moment. Like that was great storytelling because they had a whole storyline. They had time to tell a story, time to develop the characters and everything. You know, you had the stalker versus Trish
And
and
I loved it. It
everything.
was great.
It was phenomenal storytelling, phenomenal match. The Bellas haven't been in that position to tell a story outside of when the Stephanie McMahon situation where Nikki turned on Brie and that whole deal.
That was trash too. It didn't
You
matter.
didn't think that?
No, the
Oh, you
match
didn't
was
like it?
horrible. The build up and the video package, of course, was great. The match, see, that's what people get lost in when the stories are great. The match is the payoff.
Okay.
Well, I didn't get my check because nobody paid me nothing. It was terrible. The Bellas are not good, and I know I feel like this should be the court topic, but it's not. But it should. Matter of fact, not this week, but it's gonna be one because I got evidence for days. These women are not Hall of Famers. They are not revolutionaries. They are just two women who were in the right place at the right time doing the right things. That's it. And one of them just so happened to be dating John Cena. So it is what it. Granted, it seems like everybody dated that woman, but she made her way up the ladder and got to John Cena. Not saying she slept her way to the top, because from what I hear, it ain't great. But all I'm saying is the Bella Twins are not Hall of Famers at all. The fact that the Bella Twins are in the Hall of Fame, but Daniel Bryan's not in the Hall of Fame.
Well, that's just because he's not with the company. That's not. I mean, that's going to happen. He's a like legit first ballot Hall of Famer, but they're not going to put an active, AEW, wrestler.
And I even think the Bellas went in before Lita, or I could be wrong. But if they did, that's wrong. China ain't even in the daggone Hall of Fame. She was wrestling men.
Well, partially, she's with DX, but not by herself yet.
That ain't the same. And I get the porn thing and the fact that the boss's daughter stole her man. I get all of that. But China, the wrestler, Hall of Famer, and it's a travesty she's not in there. But hey, the Bellas are in there, so it's all good. All's right with the world. Yes, I'm heated. I can't stand these women.
Yeah, he can't stand them.
I cannot. Every time they're on my TV, I get annoyed.
Jeez,
I hear that Brie mode, breath and break.
Yeah, I don't care for the Brie mode. Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
I understand.
But moving on, because I stay here all day.
That's a trigger for him, man.
Next, we have another wasted segment, but I get it. Los Garza had to leave. Why not let Oba kill him on the way out? When my wife and I were watching it, she kept saying, why is he just staying on his shoulder? Why is he not trying to get off? He's just laying up there. And Oba destroyed both of them. Now I did like when he threw Angel. He threw Angel and oh goodness, Berto. There he goes. He throws Angel at Berto, and Berto moves out the way. And Angel just goes flying.
Yeah.
And then he runs up and he gets hit. I'm like, how you not gonna catch your boy, man? You gonna let your boy get hurt. But another wasted segment. We get it. Oba's the man. Nobody wants to wrestle him, so he goes to find two random people, and I'm already done.
Yeah, I feel like I wonder if they did that to
say goodbye to them.
Yeah,
same thing they did to Ricochet when he was leaving. Kill him.
Also, they are leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's good for them.
They left that post on Instagram and all the socials, like thanking everybody and all that other stuff.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this was like after Raw?
Right after it went off.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's good for them because they haven't been used. Yeah, because I've been wondering. First of all, I'm surprised they survived the releases, the cuts, because they haven't been used since the pandemic. The last notable thing that I remember from them was when, during the bubble, was when they were tagging with Randy, and Randy went off on Angel.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great segment. Like, that was a great moment. But outside of that, they haven't used them, and they have great talent, great potential, but they don't use them. They don't,
It's a lot of people.
Berto is phenomenal in the ring. Like, before he joined up with Angel, like he was, he was doing it, like he was on it.
They should have just kept the cruiserweight division going, but they got rid of it.
Yeah.
205. They shouldn't have gave it its own show with 205 Live. You just let them make them a highlight. Like the first match of the night, maybe the middle match, be cruiserweights. So you keep people, one, it gets the crowd hype in the beginning. And then when we're starting to come down in the middle of the show, you pick us right back up. That's why WCW is whooping your behinds, because they had the cruiserweights.
Yeah.
And that was interesting. You had the Rey Mysterio, Psychosis, the Conans, the Juventud Guerreras. There was just so many different people that we could watch that would entertain us.
Yeah.
And it's just we don't have that anymore.
So okay, that's good. Well, like I say, shout out to them. So what you think they're gonna do?
I don't know.
Like those two guys.
AEW. That's just where I assume everybody's going to go, because they were doing a little things here and there in AAA, but AAA is owned by WWE. So I don't know. I hope wherever they go, they land on their feet though, because they're amazing wrestlers. They just weren't given the time.
Yeah, and then they didn't have do you think that's maybe the end of the? Do you think they're going to continue the Open Challenge? Or do you think that's the way to end it? Because I feel like that was the way to end it. Because they kind of see they got to see all the negative hate on the, like online. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, hopefully that's it, and they give him somebody to wrestle. Like we'll get into it later with I was getting ready to call that man Powerhouse Hobbs again with Royce Keys and Gunther. I really felt like he needed that.
Yeah,
it wasn't just a squash, but we'll get there. Next, since we were already talking about AAA and we're talking about cruiserweights, Dominic Mysterio defeated the original El Grande Americano to retain the AAA Mega Championship. If y'all do not know who the original El Grande Americano is by now, especially with his boys with him, yeah, something's wrong with you. But all in all, good match. Got the hijinks, of course, it's Dominic match.
Yeah.
So of course you're gonna have American Made doing it. Excuse me, that's not who they are anymore. I don't know what the group name is anymore because now they're Spanish.
Yeah.
But the chaoticness of it all, it was a fun match. It's a Dominic match.
Part of me thought that Dominic would have dropped it in order to make the Max versus the Max versus Max match even just with higher stakes, because now they had a title. They could put the title on the line with the Max versus Max. So I thought that so part of me thought, okay, well maybe he'll drop it, but no, they kept it on him.
No,
so.
I understand why you didn't. Okay, they're already. I get in Mexico that El Grande Americano's over, but that's a German man and a man from Georgia, two white dudes pretending to be Hispanic. When you have a Mysterio as your champion, I'm not taking that off him, because that's royalty. You know what I'm saying? That's a Rhodes right there, as opposed to these two guys, if that makes sense. They're playing a character. He actually is Mexican royalty, lucha royalty, holding this championship. It brings more prestige to it with a Mysterio holding it. So I get it, even though he's a heel and everything, but he's a really good heel. So
yeah.
So our closing angle ended the show with Jacob destroying everybody. I did not like this. I know you text and said you was like, and the segment was great.
I like the crash out part. So I didn't understand. Well, okay. Well, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, Jay begging him, like, come on, man. Like,
that part I didn't like, because I'm like, okay, you was back there all night in the parking lot, and then you walked with him. So, like, I thought he was going. So, what was the point of him being in the parking lot the whole night? Because he literally, y'all was walking together as you walked to the ring, like you didn't stop him from entering the ring. So what was the point of you being outside the parking lot?
You could tell you didn't want to smoke from when he got out the car. It's like, hey man, look, I'm just trying to talk to you, bro. Like,
yeah.
And then he come out there, and it's just on, and we just going. He beating everybody. He beats everybody up, and then the crash out. I felt like, okay, he's that guy, right? And then of course he does a sprint when he runs, and puts him through everything. But I'm like, you're telling me that you three can't beat this one guy. Like, he's just that devastating. So he's the tribal chief. Like, that. Jacob, you're afraid of Jacob. That's all I'm seeing. You stand in his face, but then he destroys you weaker.
I wouldn't say he's afraid of him. They just can't control him.
True, but they can't seem like they can't whoop him either.
Right.
And if you bring Zilla in there and them two together, I just watched him and Zilla on YouTube. Zilla gave him that werewolf chain he been wearing.
Yeah. And
Zilla has said on multiple occasions, I'm not going anywhere but WWE.
Yeah.
If you bring him in there and you put him with Jacob, and if they're not the new bloodline, I'm not watching wrestling ever again. And I mean that because they were standing next to each other. He is dwarfing Jacob. I didn't realize he was that much bigger than Jacob. And it's like if them two, and they're both crazy, you put them two in there together, they should be running over everybody. If Jacob can beat the bloodline by himself, then them two together should be able to beat anybody. My opinion.
But do you think do you think they're gonna actually? So because because Zilla's younger, right? He's younger than all
I think
of them.
Zilla's younger than everybody.
Okay. I mean, because people been, people been waiting on him to get called up for it, kind of like a couple of years now, and it hasn't happened. So do you think will it happen?
It's that attitude, man. But he's starting to seem more humble and like really like I just want to be with my family. I want to do.
And like kind of went at Kofi kind of crazy the other day. I don't know now, and then I don't know.
That could be kayfabe too, because him and Kofi go back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
So I like when he go at wrestlers, I don't know if that's real or not.
Okay.
But I've seen I follow his YouTube channel, and I've been really noticing he is he's getting older. When you get older, you start calming down a little bit. He seems to be more focused. I feel like he really wants to, live out his father's legacy and do something with it, and not just be on the indies his entire career.
So since you didn't like the segment, what would you have rather saw or seen?
Then beat Jacob, and I love Jacob, but this is getting if y'all can't beat him, join him. At this point, just y'all all acknowledge Jacob, because when it came to acknowledging you, he put all of you on your back. All three of you simultaneously, I might add, on your back. And then got up and did the boogeyman stuff and made y'all look like he got the bloodline looking like some suckers, man. I'm sorry. But I'm not saying I didn't like the segment, because I know they're telling a story and there's parts to it. But what's Roman going to do now? You beat him in a match, barely. He destroys you every time you're not in a match. Actually, in the match, he was destroying you too. So you can't beat him, essentially. If y'all have a one-on-one straight up match with no nefariousness, you won't beat Jacob. We saw that already. Without that turnbuckle pad being off, Roman doesn't win.
Right.
So Jacob's a man. That's what I'm getting.
And maybe that's what they're trying to tell. So maybe it'll be one more match and maybe he'll drop it. Do you think they'll actually pull that trigger? Or
I mean, if they do, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
But I don't have anything negative about it.
Yeah, I feel like, but with the way they're going, I feel like they have to give Jacob the title now, because otherwise it's pointless. Because why are you having them, stand on stand tall, especially dominating fashion, or just for him to lose?
Well, maybe because they're like, well, he can crash out and do whatever he wants. He's dominant. But when it comes to an organized, there's rules. You have to really think to win. Roman's better. Which goes to what Roman said. In here, you're beneath me. Because we've seen Roman crash out too. And he was like, we're the same. We're family.
Yeah.
But in this ring, you're beneath me. Because a Roman crash out is just as violent. So maybe, Roman, you need to have a crash out week and show Jacob you about that life too. And it's three of y'all. There's no reason if all three. Let Jay crash out. That something.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. The Jay deal is weird to me, because he's so I don't, and maybe it's because they don't want to, because they have love for Jacob. I'm assuming, and this just in terms of kayfabe, it's like they kind of hesitant on, because they really don't have smoke with him. In terms of kayfabe, well, now they do, because Jacob, he went off on him, but prior to that, they really didn't have an issue. So I can see the hesitation. But yeah, I
don't know, man. But that's our Raw review for this week. Make sure if you're listening on YouTube, you like and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on any other podcast forum, you go ahead and just email us at 8301podcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. The interesting thing about this, I want to let everybody know, we will be going to video soon. If you're listening on YouTube, it's coming. It's just with our schedules and all the work that I'm doing and Chris is doing all that editing and all that. It's going to take a lot of time, but I'm making some room for it, and then we'll go to video, because we've heard you say you want to see us, and we're going to make it happen. But moving on to our SmackDown review from May 15, 2026 from the Colonial Life Arena in Columbia, South Carolina. If you weren't there when the show started, you missed it.
Yeah.
But Trick had everybody going. Even his mama was screaming, "Whoop that Trick."
I mean, it looked like a football or basketball game.
Right,
It looked like a Thunder game, honestly,
had them
with the towels and
I
everything.
enjoyed
That was nice.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. My favorite part was when he was quoting his mother, and they cut to her in the middle of the quote, and she was saying it verbatim with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, it's just, I like seeing it. And
that was realness right there.
And both his parents was there.
Right.
Praise God, it's a brother that didn't grow up by himself.
Yeah.
So it was like that made me really like Trick because. Like he just feels like he's the whole package. Not only can he talk, not only can he wrestle, because he's got a good background, he got a fine woman that he's taking care of. Like I like Trick Williams, other than the fact that he talking about beating hoes and got the whole world screaming it. But
well, I don't think he's talking about beating hoes. Now the like original context behind it, yeah, that's beating hoes. But I don't think he's specifically talking about beating hoes.
He's not specifically saying you should whoop that Trick.
Yeah,
I got you. Okay, but it was good. The Miz came out there and. It was funny. My wife was laughing when the Miz said, "I'm gonna beat you in front of your mama." Right?
Yeah.
My wife was like, "He about to hit him," because you can't talk about no black core mama. But he punched him and then smacked.
He smacked, yeah, and that was a real smack. He backslapped him. Now I was like, yeah, see, like that's the pimp vibes right there. That's made me think about you with what you said about him being a pimp.
Well,
that was a pimp. Yeah.
First of all, you ain't gonna pay me enough money to let no grown man.
And that was a real pimp slap too. Like, it wasn't no faking that. He got backhanded for real.
Taste out that man.
Like, that's disrespectful to me because you can't. To me, like you pimp slap somebody, that means like you don't even respect them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't even deserve.
You ain't even getting a
real
fist.
smack. Yeah,
it was just
you don't deserve a fist.
And I don't want to
connected.
Yeah,
that was
he
good.
killed him. And then through the match, the Miz was waving at his mama and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. It's for the show and all that other stuff. And it was what it was. It was fine. But I think let's say Saturday. So last night really solidified for me that Trick Williams is a star.
Yeah, and he's a legit babyface. Now I feel like that was 100% babyface, no questions asked. Mm-hmm. And I liked it. What you call it?
Lil Yachty.
Yes, Lil Yachty. I like the cigar. I like the money.
See?
I like he didn't have a mic. He working down the entrance.
He getting to you now.
I like that aspect. You know,
he that dude.
Because he did. Yeah. Now I like him doing.
He
that.
messed his bars up when he was trying to rebuttal.
Oh
he had to start
yeah.
over. I'm like, come on, man. This is literally what you do. How are you messing up?
I think the crowd threw him off because the crowd was kind of cheering for the previous line. I think they were still cheering or doing something, so he had to start over because of the crowd. But yeah. But no. Yeah, I like Lil Yachty and that, because that, like the cigar, the money.
Remember, you didn't like him
cool.
By episode 1 to episode 6. You started liking him.
Yeah, but the only problem I had was him just with the end, just having the mic doing the entrance. I didn't, because I like to hear the entrance, the music, and the crowd. Mm-hmm. I don't want him to interfere in that moment. Because you don't need to. Like, you don't need to say what. You don't need to do all that. Just let the crowd be the crowd, the music, the entrance. That takes away the aura, to me, of the entrance when you doing that, to me.
No, I'm feeling you. But no, I loved it. I hated it was South Carolina. I wish he was from Oklahoma. But, it's cool. Gamecocks, whatever.
Yeah.
But, we Sooners over here. But it's all good. But it was a great segment. Miz lost, of course. Like, why wouldn't he? But I mean, he's really just there to enhance talent at this point. And I think he does a great job with it.
Oh yeah, he does a phenomenal. He might be the best at enhancing because honestly, everybody that comes up, they kind of go. Miz is like the program guy. Whenever somebody new comes up or whatever, he's the person they works with. And
he's Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah,
he replaced Dolph Ziggler, and they're both amazing at enhancing talent. And even when they're the top guy, they're good too.
Yeah, he's underrated.
100% agree.
Yeah, he's first ballot Hall of Famer to me. I mean, he's had a phenomenal career.
Well, I'm pretty sure he can get in there because the next match, one of the people are already in, and that is going to be Brie Bella and Paige defeating Julia and Kiana James. Brie Bella couldn't beat Julia if you paid her to. But of course, because it's WWE, we want to build the Bellas as stars because they're Hall of Famers. Now go watch a Julia match outside of WWE, and you come back and tell me that Brie Bella could whoop her. Please. Even Kiana James. Watch her in NXT. No. So I have nothing to say about this match. I'm going to let you go ahead.
I don't have anything to say anyway.
Oh, after the match, there was an argument when Tiffy was talking, and they were
backstage.
Yeah, they were
yeah.
Julia and her. So I guess they're getting ready to break that up, which is going to suck because Julia barely speaks English. So I don't know who's going to speak for her. But if they made her like a silent assassin, that would be dope. Yeah. She come out, she beat you, she leaves. Asuka used to only ever say, "Nobody's ready for Asuka." Till her English got better. So you could have bought her in as the new Asuka and be that like force.
Yeah.
But they could still get there. But this next segment is what I've been waiting to get to. So it's when Cody comes out. He's throwing stuff all in the ring, and I'm like, what does this dude do? So he sets it up for the contract sign, and Gunther comes out. I'm not done in the contract. All that stupidness. So my boy Royce Keys, mom never got to see him live his dream. Comes out of poverty. Never wrestled a day in his life till he got to WWE. Now he's walking in. He sees a title opportunity, and he jumps at it. That's the story they run it with.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let Royce get that title shot. You're not going to win, but I'm excited. Then Gunther's like, wait a minute. And then there are two huge grown men fighting over a pin.
Yeah.
Literally fighting over a pin. I just want to point that out. Yeah. And then Nick Aldis comes out and is like, hey, I know, Gunther, you overplayed your hand and you act like you didn't want the title shot, so somebody else came to take it. But even though Cody said someone can have it, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to make y'all wrestle, which made no sense to me. He didn't want it. He's like a little kid. I don't want it till somebody else wants it.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense. But you make them wrestle. We all know he's not going to be Gunther. But the contract signing in itself, of course, Cody had to hit that line.
Yeah, they really trying to sell it. Yeah, I don't.
And then Roy stepped in his face. Now, when Roy stepped up to him, my wife was like, he better not lose to Cody. I was like, I mean, he would if they wrestled. He has to. But the size, just the look of the two of them.
Yeah.
Like, who are you talking to? You hard to beat. I'll beat you right now. Is the vibe. But it looked like Royce pulled himself because he stepped up to him. He's about to go forehead to forehead. And then he kind of took a step back.
Yeah.
So he had to catch himself. Like, it felt like the brother was coming out. And he's like, hey, I'm working. Like, pull it back a little bit. But go ahead. My bad.
So, and we kind of talked about this off air a little bit, but so I enjoyed the Royce Keys part coming in. It just, I guess we haven't gotten to the match yet, but just like, it seemed like a detour more so than anything, as opposed to like, I wish they would have had, I wish they would have done, well, I guess we haven't got to the main event yet, but so just in terms of this segment, I would have loved to see Royce. I would love to see him attack Cody.
That would have been good.
But I know they didn't because I guess he's a face or whatever.
Yeah, and then you got the whole,
plus there was
MFT
friends
headline too. And,
yeah. So, but that's what I would have loved to have seen. Like,
he should have punched him in his face.
Attacked him, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's. We'll get more into Royce.
Yeah, we'll get more into it. Yeah.
Next, he's back, y'all. Carmelo Hayes defeating Ricky Saints. I enjoyed this match. It felt like it was Carmelo versus Carmelo. It was great. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Even the backstage segment when Carmelo was pretty much like, I used to be you. Like, you got to humble yourself and blah, blah, blah. So I enjoyed it. Happy to see Carmelo back. It's funny. He comes back in Trick's hometown. Trick took his title. You return in Trick's town.
Yeah.
It's like now Trick went from being your valet and being in your shadow to now you're firmly in his.
In his shadow.
So,
yeah. And then maybe with that could be a great story. That could be great storytelling right there. You can use that.
Go get your belt back, Carmelo. And that's going to be a great match too. But Ricky Saints, Carmelo, great match. I'd say at least 4 stars. It was great for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Melo's great. I just wish, again, this intro music sucks. A lot of other intros, like Royce music sucks too.
Yes.
It's just like when they have that generic hip hop whoever be rapping in the background, the beats is so generic. It's just like, yo, this is.
Yeah, put their personalities in Suno.
Put the personality. That's what I'm saying. Bring back Jimmy.
Yeah. They're not going to.
Like,
He's not even in the Hall of Fame, but the Bellas are. Don't get me
see,
started.
Now that's a great. Now that I can turn up on that. Yeah, because he should have been in a. Oh,
How are you not having Jim Johnston in the Hall of Fame, but you have Nikki and Brie
Yeah.
Bella? Huh?
he's the soundtrack
He could
too.
probably out wrestle them. Good Lord. Ooh. Ooh. Man, I forgot about that. I don't even want to talk no more. That just.
Because he's literally the soundtrack to a whole whole era. He like everybody had great music. It don't matter what order or like what placement you was on the card, from the mid card low to the top guy, or to the top guy or to the top woman. They all had
Fire music.
Fire music.
But that's music really, and it's weird because music really mattered back then, but we didn't have access to music like we do now.
Yeah.
Like imagine if we could just stream back in the day. Like it would go. And also I want to let everybody know, I think I'm going to do a special show dedicated directly to the Bellas, where I explain to you from start to finish why they don't deserve to be Hall of Famers. They're not trendsetters at all, and that you've been the wool has been pulled over your eyes.
You see how his voice changed?
Yes, I'm serious. I'm really thinking I'm going to do a show. It's going to be 1 hour long, and I'm going to destroy those two women. No Diddy. I'm being serious.
The hate for that, to be mad. To do a whole hour segment. You know how mad you got to be?
Just for the characters, not for the actual women. You guys are great. Love you. Praise God for you. Hope your life is wonderful. But your characters are trash. And I'm going to go in on both of them. Yep. Next, we had I feel like this, it's like, I don't want to call it a throwaway match, but it feels like it's just a match to kind of push the MFT with Royce Keys thing. Damian Priest beating Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
And then, of course, beforehand, we had Shinsuke come out there to try to talk to Tama and get put through a table. Sure. It's going to, obviously they know each other from Japan because they were in Japan for so long. I want to see where that's going. Anything involving Shinsuke, I love Shinsuke Nakamura, so I hate that they wasted the aura and who that man was and just burned his career to the ground.
Because it seemed like, and then it's weird because it seemed like he loses his aura, gets it back, then loses his aura, and then gets it back. It's just like,
because he naturally has that aura. It's just WWE keeps trying to bring it down, and you can't.
Right.
If you give him time, he's going to win over the audience, the crowd. He is that guy, but they won't make him that, because when he first got there, he was huge. And NXT, he was explosive, and then he came to the main roster. It just wasn't the same. But yeah, the match was the match, and yeah, whatever. Next was Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss defeating, and these three women came out there. In that red. Yeah, I'm married. We're gonna keep going, but they all of them knew they was looking good. I don't care.
Yeah.
I was like, woo-wee. That's all, I said it in my head, not out loud. I got hit, but
the way Jay walked down, I was like, man, that's
a woman, bro.
That's a woman.
And then Charlotte was
Bianca's still my number one, but Jay
Bianca she got a baby right now.
But
it's weird. I can't call somebody pregnant fine, because I feel like that's disrespectful. Because you got a husband and a baby on the way, even though Jay got a husband too. But it's like when Charlotte, because I think Charlotte's attractive in the face. She paid a lot of money for it, so I'm going to say you're very attractive. Neck down, not so much. Neck up, yes. But when she stood in front of Jade, they was talking. I'm like, man, it's just generationally, there's such a gap in the beauty of these two women. I don't know, the whole natural.
How old is Jade?
Let's see what we're talking.
Because I know Charlotte's like 40 now, right?
Yeah, Jade is 33.
Okay,
so she ain't exactly young.
Yeah,
but
well, she's still in the prime.
Black don't crack, so it's a little. That's just kind of the way Caucasians age. Charlotte could be 25 and look like that.
Yeah, that's true.
So we just don't age like they do. But I'm just saying the glow of Jade, not just Jade, B-Fab and Me-Chin too. Like, they just have this look to them that Alexa and Charlotte just don't have. And that's not me knocking white women. I mean, to each his own. I'm just saying they was just gorgeous. I can't tell you what happened in the match. Wasn't paying attention. I'm gonna lie to you. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was just like, man, they look amazing. And I'm not even talking about it on like no pervy way. Like I'm just, oh my God. Because again, my wife is right next to me. But I'm just like, these are like gorgeous women.
Yeah.
And Michin, they finally let her like go, and B-Fab being able to wrestle, like they got highlighted. And I think Charlotte's turning into that person who really brings up the talent.
Yeah, she's kind of giving. Yeah, that's why I said. Yeah,
her and Alexa.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like she's in her era of giving back. I feel like they all are. That whole era, like her, Becky. I think Bailey can still. I feel like Bailey shouldn't be giving right now. I feel like because she hasn't really got her just due. She need to be getting still.
Yeah, I agree.
But everybody else, yeah, they're in their giving era. But
women was looking good.
But yeah, I would. But do you think? Because I remember when Jade first debuted, to where she was just showing up, and I remember that first segment, that first backstage segment where her and Charlotte and Triple H was in the middle of them. It had so much aura right there. And I feel like it's lost that since then. It's not the same. It's not as like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, they need to go toe to toe now. It had that box office feel to it back when you first saw them two on the same screen together. I feel like it's lost that a bit. And I don't know if it's because, injuries and stuff like that. And then, Jade wasn't ready at the time. So they kind of
had to get her ready.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's the reason it's lost it or what. But what do you think about that?
Yeah, to me, Jade's aura has grown a little bit.
Okay.
And Charlotte's is kind of.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Well, as far as like, do you think it has the same aura like them two, but you still want to see them? Is that still like a Mania main event?
If they let Charlotte loose, yes.
Okay.
Let Charlotte be in her full queen. Like I'm ready to be queen again. Not we're best friends, we're not best friends, and I'm just playing a role. But let Charlotte be Charlotte. Yes, I'd 100% tune in to see that. Charlotte right now, she don't really. Charlotte's just like she's having fun.
Yeah,
like she's enjoying her career at this point. Because she really doesn't have anything to prove. 14-time champion. You got to prove nothing no more.
Right.
But if you give her that, I'm tired of all these new girls. I'm still her mindset. Yeah, I'd love to watch that.
Okay.
Because Charlotte, unlike the Bella Twins, can wrestle. So our last match of the night was Royce Keys losing to Gunther for the number one contender spot. Great match. Love seeing Royce Keys have to wrestle and go through things. And he was telling a story with Gunther. Loved how Cody just popped up at the end.
Yeah.
It gave him that crossroads. I was, because Gunther been sneaking up on everybody forever. I really 10 out of 10 for this. Loved it.
I love Royce Keys being in that spot. From a storytelling standpoint, I don't like the predictability of it, because there was no point during that match that I thought Royce was going to win. Mm-hmm. It felt like more so a filler to get to to get to the main event, to get to the pay-per-view. Because I wished it would have been a nice twist for Royce to win the match. That would have thrown a whole wrench in the whole plan. That would have built up Royce. Now you got Gunther having to figure out what to do. He can crash out more, and then maybe they have a rematch since Gunther was already guaranteed that match. Like he lost the match now. So now, okay, so now what does Gunther do? He can either try to fight for like a rematch, and then it turns to a triple threat. That would have been great. Like, just put him in, just put Royce right there in the, making the triple threat match. We've already kind of seen, like I said, we've seen Cody and Gunther before. So I feel like, they could have thrown in Royce in that triple threat and then make it a triple threat match, honestly.
I mean, I have no argument there. That actually is a good idea.
Because, like, I just knew, like I say, because like it was no point in the match where I thought hey, Royce might win this. No, I was like,
I never thought he was winning.
And so that's why I don't like matches like that, because it's like, I already know what's going to happen. I already know what y'all trying to do. It's hard for me to buy into the match when I know, it's like a filler or whatever. So, and then, like, especially when Solo came out there, I was like, oh yeah, he's going to lose.
And I'm like, why is Solo pushing so hard to get this man in the MFTs? Like, I thought this had to be your actual family.
Exactly.
I'm just so confused. I understand why Tom was like, you stupid. Like, it's starting to make sense.
Yeah.
I love that he hit him with the chair, but as soon as he did that, I was like, that's why you lost. And then he turned around and he lost. Yeah.
Firebomb was kind of weak to me though.
Because that's a big
placed him
Negro
over.
to get up in the air
Yes.
like that.
Well, as far as when he slammed him,
Okay.
you know.
Well, I mean, bigger guys, you got to be careful with that too. You can hurt them.
Okay.
All that weight going down on their spine, back of their head. So
Fair
it makes sense. But all in all, if you had to say which was the better show this week,
What's tough is because I'm comparing because I didn't care for the full show itself is more so segments. So I'm comparing the Trick Williams to the Jacob Fatu on Raw. Which one I like better?
I'll say SmackDown because they had two.
Okay.
They had the Trick Williams, and then I did enjoy the match with Royce Keys and Gunther.
Okay. Touche. I agree with that. So yeah, I'll say SmackDown.
Jade definitely.
Okay.
All I said to myself was one.
I'm gonna get you a meet and greet, man.
Yeah, no, don't do that. I say her husband is very trusting because I'm not letting my wife walk out the house looking. If she already looks like that naturally, you're not gonna put on sexy clothes on top of that. I know it's the character. I ain't built like that. Put something on because you look too good. But yeah,
but what's putting something on gonna do?
Nothing, because that's a good looking woman.
Exactly.
I don't know what it's gonna do. If my wife is listening, which I know she is, I'm not saying you're not beautiful or I don't want you. If anything, I want to buy you what she had on. But I'm still a guy. I'm still a man, and my eyes do work. But I only love you. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
If Jade knocked on your door,
I'm not going to hell for nobody. I don't care how fine you are. I'm not going to hell for you. Nope. Now, I'll be your friend. We could talk. But sex, touching on you, going somewhere, hell's not worth it. No.
She came up to you and just rubbed on you and
Don't
stuff.
touch me. Well, first of all, my wife's from the east side of Oklahoma City. She's just going to shoot you. She's not going to wrestle you. She ain't going to talk to you. She's going to put a bullet in you.
What if your wife gave a hall pass? You know what? Like, I know you're a big fan. I know that you...
No hall passes in the Bible. Well, no, there was one. And it didn't turn out well for Abraham when he got that hall pass. I'm good. I can look at you. I can think you're gorgeous, beautiful, comment on it. But nah, I'm not going to hell for no Jade Cargill. Not happening. I'm going to stick with my wife. We good.
Okay.
1,000%. Now, if I wasn't a Christian, give me a hall pass if you want to. I'm going to get myself in some trouble. But nah, nope. My faith means more to me than some time with Jade.
Okay. I mean, and like I say, that sounds convincing. I would love to see an actual moment. I would love to see this happen in real life timing.
Oh, no. If I met her in person, I could be very professional. One, that's a married woman, so I'm not going to be disrespectful. And
Okay,
I'm a married man, so no. No, I can shake her hand, take a picture with her, be very professional. And I'm 42 years old. I ain't going to be drooling over no woman.
And she whisper in your ear, hey, what's up?
First of all, she married to a man with a lot of money. The last thing she's going to be interested in is me.
She saw the films. Like, oh, notice. Oh, yeah.
I say, now I'd love to get you in a movie.
She see the potential. She see the...
Okay, cool.
She see the work.
Like,
she want to invest. She want to invest.
Yeah, let's talk about it. But at the same time, I'm not willing. First of all, I have 14 children. I have 9 grandchildren. I've been married for 21 years. I'm not throwing that away for Jade Cargill. I'm not. I can't. You're beautiful. Like, would I like to sit and talk to you for a couple hours? Sure. But it ain't going no further than, like, we're not diving into what we could be together or what we could do. I'm not doing that. Just me talk. I like to have fun and joke and play. I'm not playing with. I'm not. Like, I can't even talk. I'm not playing with my wife. You don't know Marie like that. Out of her own mouth, and I'll get her on the podcast to say it. She has said many times, if I ever cheat, I'm going to die. Those are her, and I believe her.
Sheesh.
I have no doubts. So, nope. Because she said it's super, like, the day she said it, she was just talking to me. She's like, no, if you ever cheat on me, you're going to die. And then just kept talking. Like, you didn't just threaten me. Yeah. So, and I believe it. And she always has a gun in her purse. It's Oklahoma. So, nah, I'm all right. Thanks, Jade.
Yep. Okay.
Thanks for the picture. You have a great life. And Jade got a baby with her husband, and they living and they happy and they good.
Cool.
I could put my wife in a red outfit and just in a blonde wig and be like, got my own Jade.
Okay.
So I'm good to go.
I respect it.
Yep. And I ain't just saying that because I'm on a podcast. I'll say it even if I'm not. I don't play about my woman. All right. So you didn't say Raw or SmackDown?
SmackDown.
SmackDown too. Okay.
SmackDown, yeah. For the same reasons.
All right, y'all. Well, that has been the Raw and SmackDown just review from us here at the 8301 podcast. Remember, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube. Make sure you email us at 8301podcast@gmail.com. If you're listening to any other streaming platform, let us know what you think, comments, questions, concerns. We're going to be back next week, of course. But before we leave, y'all know we got to get 8301 court popping off. So here's the topic for today. Who is the real face of WWE? Is it Stone Cold Steve Austin? Is it Hulk Hogan? Is it, I had them all written down, now my brain's going blank. Is it Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, or John Cena?
Well, you got to go in eras. Because it wouldn't be
All-time face.
All-time?
All-time face of WWE. Is it Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Cody, Roman, or John?
All time.
All.
The face.
Yep.
If you're talking about the face, it's a loaded question. I'm going to say John Cena. Only because he has a clean, he hasn't, well, you could say Roman too, but I'm going to say John because he's done it for longer. John had the longest run. I feel like John's run, I would take John's run over Hogan's run, only because he had the longest run as a face, and like he didn't have no crazy scandals outside the ring, outside of WWE, like never in his career, at least not yet. So when I turn so when I'm looking in terms of face, I'm not talking about like who's the greatest of all time. That's a whole separate conversation. I'm talking about like the face. If it, the face of the company, who I want to use as marketed, I would say John Cena. Stone Cold, he's the biggest out of all of them, I think.
That's my pick.
Okay. But I mean, if the question was who's the biggest, it would be Stone Cold. I would say Stone Cold. But in terms of, Stone Cold, even him, he has some backstage stuff, with Vince and all that stuff.
He quit for a
while. And all that.
Yeah.
So like, I'm terms of the quote unquote perfect standard. Like the standard, he have no issues, no crazy scandals backstage or anything in his personal life that made public.
I mean, he did date a Bella.
But that was okay. But it wasn't nothing wrong with that. It wasn't nothing wrong with that.
I just had to throw it in there. I know there ain't nothing wrong with it at all.
But in terms of just the standard, that for the longest period of time, for like a 20-year, for over 20 years, well, like pretty much he became like the face of the company by 2005, I think. So
yeah, and he was consistently the face.
So
he was. I'd say he's been the face longer. But if they were all coming out, the biggest pop would be Stone Cold.
Right. For sure. So, but yeah, I would say John because of everything I said. And then, even with what WWE was trying to do with, with kids, with marketing towards kids. And then you throw in the Make-A-Wish. Like he has the most Make-A-Wishes out of everybody in history. So that, and then, so in terms of marketability, he's the guy that you want on your company, like the face of the company. He's the person that you would want.
Okay, I could
as
concede
far as
that.
for the longest tenure. Yeah,
I could concede that and say, okay, the true face of WWE is John Cena. The most popular is Stone Cold.
Yeah, most popular Stone Cold, hands down.
But the most team player, great soldier, will take your business through any era without any issue, John Cena. Okay, I'm gonna give you that one. I know I planned on fighting back a little more, but you actually made some really good points. I couldn't really argue those. Okay. So, the face of WWE of all time, Jonathan Cena.
What would make you, so like I see you said Stone Cold. What made you pick Stone Cold out of all them?
Well, I
agree with that as far as in terms of popularity,
but yeah. But because Stone Cold, he changed the business, but at the same time, without doing too much, he made it cool to like wrestling. Like with Hogan, people watched it and it was cool and kids liked it and kids liked him. Eat your vitamins, say your prayers, all that stuff. But Stone Cold made it where it's like, we talked about it at school. We're talking about it at work. Grown men liked it. Kids liked it. Women liked it. Girls liked it. Old people liked it. Like everybody became a fan based off this man beating up his boss every week, because who don't want to beat their boss up?
Right.
And then he said whatever he wanted. He did whatever he wanted. It was more, he was the everyman wrestler, somebody you could see yourself in. Like, I can't see myself in Brock Lesnar. I ain't that big. Like, I'm not that kind of athlete. But Stone Cold looked like a regular dude. He wasn't like super in shape, but he wasn't fat or anything. But regular guy, came out in just black tights, black boots, black vest, just regular. He wasn't all extra, especially coming from what he came from in WCW. But to see him, he's just a brawler. He's doing moves that I can do, stuff you could do at home, the stuff he says on a microphone, the stuff that we're all saying. I mean, he's messing up scripture, but I get it. It's fine. It sounded good. So even in church, people used to talk about how he would take John 3:16 and make Austin 3:16, and then I wore one of the shirts at church one Sunday. It was a whole thing. But I really like his crossover mainstream success. With John and with Hogan, it always felt like it was just for kids. But Stone Cold was like for everybody. Like, it didn't matter who you were, black, white, tall, short, skinny, fat, black. He was for us all. So that's why he's my franchise player. But your point, he did quit on us. He did say he was tired. He couldn't really wrestle that much because he had his neck broke. He still pushed through it, but you could see him deteriorating. His career wasn't as long as John's, all that. So,
and another issue is crazy because because I always knew John was all time great, but people solidify him as the greatest. He's considered, he could be like the greatest of all time. Mm-hmm. I guess another argument to even make him great is the fact that John, he's kind of like the LeBron of WWE in terms of the eras, because think about it.
Okay.
One of the reasons Stone Cold was popular and was so big because he had more freedom to do all the stuff he was able to do. Like in terms of content and stuff, they was able to say more stuff, do more stuff. John had every era. So when John came up in 2002, it was still kind of like an attitude era-ish to where he could say whatever, you know what I'm saying? Back when he was doing the Thugonomics, that was phenomenal content, because he used to say some wild stuff.
Yeah, ruthless
on the freestyle.
Was crazy.
And that was entertaining. Like, that was great. But then when WWE became PG, he flourished in that. So he flourished in every single era. He flourished in the attitude. He flourished in the PG era. He flourished in the what they call it, ruthless aggression. Mm-hmm. All the eras, John was able to be great. Cause Stone Cold, I'm not saying he couldn't, but could he flourish in the PG era?
PG? No,
probably not. See?
Yeah, no.
John could.
Yeah, he could. Because that's not his character. He's just not,
right.
He's not PG. But I mean, I was going to say heel turns, but John was a heel, and he did a great job. Now he wasn't when Stone Cold was a heel. That was crazy. But there's a different era too. It was just wild back then. So I'm gonna concede John Cena. I will give you John Cena, then Stone Cold. Now, LeBron Jordan argument is Jordan, then LeBron.
Oh yeah. That part I agree. But see, I don't. When people, and this is, I guess, getting to basketball, even just that, but my answer is Jordan. But I don't argue when people say LeBron, because LeBron has a whole case for himself to be the greatest. Because the difference is LeBron came into the NBA with massive pressure. Mm-hmm. He had no other athlete has had the type of anticipation that Bron had coming into the league. So for him to surpass everybody's expectations,
I wouldn't say he's done that.
You don't think he surpassed everybody's? He was supposed to be the most, it was so much hype around Bron.
I remember. I'm just saying, the man's played for 400 years, and they're acting
but to be able to do that when
he's
he doesn't
the goat
have
of longevity. He is the GOAT of longevity. I'm not arguing that.
And so in terms of that, I'm like, man, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, no, he is the GOAT of longevity. The GOAT in basketball player? No, absolutely not. First of all, Jordan was averaging more than he was at 40 years old. So when they be like, oh, he's 40 doing this, and then I can show you a highlight of Jordan doing the same thing. What is your point?
Well, Bron did it in terms, because see the thing, but I don't see like I said, Jordan's the greatest. Mm-hmm. I wonder, and I wish I could ask Jordan this. I wonder if he regrets retiring twice in his prime, because he retired because he left so much meat on the bone, mm-hmm. and honestly that's what makes him the greatest too, because the fact that he did everything in such a shorter
amount of time. Thank you. And on top of that, how many rings would he had if he stayed? And then we wouldn't be having this conversation.
At least 8, you know.
We wouldn't be having this conversation anymore. So, 8 rings to 4, no.
Yeah.
And technically, LeBron only has 3. That bubble ring don't count.
The bubble ring counts.
It does not count.
That counts. That does not count. That counts.
Okay, sure.
That counts, man. It was in the hardest situation, man. Like they was all because now like it's just pure basketball. We're not talking about like this is. I mean, this because that was pretty much AAU. Like you just playing basketball. Who's better? You ain't got the crowd interference. You ain't got no other type of interference. You just got to go and hoop. Okay. And it's a mental thing. The world shut down. All these outside interferences. You just got to go hoop.
It does.
Then there was a team that came out on top.
It's an asterisk ring. I'm sorry. First of all, there were canceled games. There's a lot of things that happened. I'm not giving. No, he does not get credit for that bubble ring. No. Nope. He has 3 rings.
No, he has 4.
Well, Jordan has 6. 6 is greater than 4.
Yeah, that's true.
Jordan has more MVPs.
That's true.
Titles. Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, I don't. It's not a basketball show. It doesn't matter. And LeBron is a WWE fan, so
yeah.
He gets credit
in terms of and maybe Johnson. Well, maybe the John, saying like LeBron. Oh, that might have been a fair comparison. See, I compared because like the way you say Stone Cold and The Rock in the same breath.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I say John Cena with Randy. I pair them two together. Okay. That's like they're like synonymous to me.
Okay.
So if you want to say, and maybe even because I would say Jordan's. I mean like John Cena, Jordan, and then Randy could be the Bron of that generation. But no, I feel like they both synonymous with each other, honestly. And the fact that Randy, he's literally the only guy left now in that era, in that ruthless aggression era.
Well, I mean, you still got Ray.
Well, Ray was even before that. So like I can't even count that because Ray was in the 90s.
But he was part of that SmackDown 6 that was like doing their thing.
But but Ray already had you know what I'm saying? Because Ray was in WCW, so I can't. He was even before
ECW
that
too.
Huh?
He's in ECW.
ECW, yeah. So Ray is he's an alien to me. He don't get he's.
Well, you got to remember Ray been wrestling since he was 14.
14 years old. And like I said, he can still go. He doesn't wrestle like as much as anymore now. He's more so like a special attraction. I feel like now, which is great. But the fact that he's still active and still going, he's 50 years old. Hey. And then like when he does wrestle, he is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, like
he's a Mysterio, bro. What can I say?
It's incredible, man.
But also Bret the Hitman Hart is the greatest of all time. I just in case anything ever happens where he hears this, I don't want you thinking that I don't think you're the GOAT, because I do. Always have. I'm just not going to wear pink, but I always have thought you were the GOAT. Got me through a lot, Bret. We appreciate you. Sorry,
you gotta have a segment about Bret because so he was phenomenal, and then like I said, I caught the tail end. Pretty much the tail end of his career, like when I was watching, like when I really started watching it. Mm-hmm. But how do you feel about? He comes off as a bitter old man.
So this is what I'm gonna say on the bitterness of my boy Bret.
He go in, he said stuff about Seth in the past. I think they're cool now. Said stuff about other wrestlers.
He has. I mean, he's old. First of all, he's old, so he has the right to say whatever he wants. I feel like old people, they tend to just go off on people, and I don't mind. You lived a life, but one thing about Bret that I've only heard Bret fans ever say, and I don't think people notice, Bret never changes his stories. When he tells a story, he tells it the same way. 10, 30, 40 years later, still telling the story verbatim the same way. Yeah,
because the Triple H story, the hate is real. It don't matter how. Even after he done been on Raw, he brought him back. When he talking, he hates Triple H.
He don't change what he say. So to me, it doesn't sound. He's not bitter. He's angry because a lot of things happen in a lot of ways, and he's very judgmental.
Yeah, very judgmental. I'll say that.
And I'm not saying he's just a great person. Bret the Hitman Hart, to me, it's the character I love. I don't know the man. I don't know what Bret Hart's like in person. And like I talk about this a lot about being a fan of a person and a friend of a person. I'm not a friend of Bret Hart. I don't know him. I am an extreme fan of Bret Hart, the character, because of what I've been a fan of him since I was like 5 years old. But who he's becoming at his older age, yeah, it does. Every time I see his name, he's saying something negative about the product or about somebody. But you have to remember what era he came from. The rules are different now. How they do things. The kayfabe is dead. There's so many things that the older generation they're not adjusting to. So they're all angry. It's just everybody puts a mic in his face because you know Brett's gonna give you a soundbite because he's gonna be like Seth Rollins is trash and he's horrible. No, he's not. You know he's not. He's the new Shawn Michaels as far as I'm concerned. So come on, Brett. Let's be serious. Would he have made it in your day? Probably not, because there was Shawn Michaels. But
you don't think Seth could have made it back then?
He would have just been a carbon copy of Shawn. I mean, he does more flips and stuff, but
Seth Rollins was nice before the injury.
So calling like certain things he says wouldn't have got over the same way back in the day. His personality, he would kind of blend with so many people because Seth feels like a concoction of a lot of older wrestlers that make him so amazing. But those wrestlers exist now. And then there's a plethora of, you got all these high flyers now that can talk and run their mouth. If we going back in the day, it's not just Seth. Well, I'm not saying Seth is the only one that high flies in WWE, but his brand of I'm this, I'm the visionary, I'm the revolutionary. Yeah, but we had those things because you got Edge. Edge was a revolutionary. Edge was the one turning in the Money in the Bank briefcase when nobody was thinking. Like all these things Seth is doing has been done. So he even the when he was doing the Messiah thing, people were worshiping him and all of that. We've already had that. We had Mordecai. We had Devon Dudley was doing it when he was a pastor. Like we have all these different kind of characters already. And if you're back in the day, you back when Undertaker was in his prime. We're back when Kane is in his prime, right? You got Vader. So this is when the monsters are around.
Yeah.
So it's different. It's a little different. I'm not saying he would be trash and nobody would care. But I do think he would be in the shuffle. He wouldn't be Seth Rollins back then. He would just be, he's Seth Rollins and he wrestles and he's great.
Okay.
But he's just not, I don't see him in that era. I think he's in the perfect era.
So you think the era kind of helped him be?
Yeah, he's one of the GOATs of this era.
Okay.
1000%. So I'm not taking anything away from Seth. I'm saying he's perfect for the era that he's in. And then the era that he comes out of learned from the era before him. So
do you think there's a star that? So, which star do you think could have been the same star that he is? Oh, so so let's say just put any big star now. Do you think they could have still had their same stardom back in the day? They'll still maintain their same stardom. Let's say like Roman Reigns. Do you think Roman Reigns could still be the same star that he is now?
Bloodline would be massive back then, but no, definitely. Because that'd have been something different. All Samoans were back in the day were idiots, and you just don't hit him in the head.
Okay.
Like that's like Meng, the Islanders. Like they were just psychotic wrestlers, and make sure you don't headbutt them or try to hit them in the head because none of that works on them. They never really got to talk a lot. They always had like a white dude talking for them. Like Umaga was crazy. You go to Rikishi when Rikishi tried to be the bad man and did it for The Rock and all of that other stuff, but it was like Samoans were never really given character. It was just if you're wrestling a Samoan, you know you're probably gonna lose because they're all crazy people. Now they're cool.
Okay.
Still crazy. They can, as you see with Jacob, but now there's character, there's layers. Like they're more interesting. We got the tribal chiefs and all these things. We didn't have that back then. Okay. They always seemed like second class citizens that come out of the jungle. That's how they kind of would treat it. So no, I love what they do. Yes, if he would have been like that back then, that'd have been so different. I would have loved it.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think of somebody else big. Randy definitely would have made it, but his dad was around back then, so that would have been a nice little team. And they're very night and day, very different, the two of them.
Yeah. And then they had a little run to where Bob was kind of like the manager for Randy back in his younger days. So that was cool.
And then when he got loose, that's when Randy Orton really flourished when he got away from him. Not saying go ahead.
Who do you, Randy, where do you rank? I know we're kind of getting off topic, but where do you rank Randy in all time? Because he could be the greatest. He has a case too.
He's one of the greatest heels of all time.
Yeah. I would say Randy is more like LeBron to me as far as just put him in the case of like in terms of WWE terms.
This is what I would do. I'd make Randy Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, where he's just forgotten about how great he was. Everybody,
you think he's forgotten about
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
No, like
Randy?
No, Randy.
I don't think Randy gets the credit he deserves. No, not even a little bit. Randy Orton was massive. Randy Orton was like he would move like a snake, act like everybody talk about 2009 Randy.
Yeah,
his whole career, Randy Orton he's always morphing, he's changing, he's taught like he was. I don't want to say was like he don't wrestle anymore. He is like that. I will always tune into a Randy Orton match because you give Randy 60 seconds or 60 minutes. Randy's going to tell you a story.
Yeah.
And that's a talent that you can't pay for. I don't even think you could teach that.
And he does it so effortless. I think that's what my favorite thing. He does it so effortlessly.
Yes,
He does it easily. It just comes natural. It's just like I was like, he makes it look simple. It's like, man.
Yeah, no. Randy Orton that's why I call him Kareem. Everybody knows Kareem had the score and the most points until LeBron took it from him, whatever. It wasn't even a big deal. And like when they showed them together, you see Kareem down on court side, but LeBron's got the big booth at the top. Like he's just so much more celebrated. And it's like, man, y'all don't know.
I don't know, man. Randy gets well, maybe that just went with my algorithm because man, Randy
not like John does.
Well, but John is like the poster boy. He's kind of like, and he was kind of made into that, especially with the kids and stuff.
Not
so
like
it's different
Edge.
marketing.
Edge gets more fanfare and praise.
I don't know about.
I
think Randy gets way more fanfare than Edge.
Randy Orton is slept on.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, he is. He's
because I feel like what helped. I don't know, man. I guess we got different timelines then because
I mean, but most of these guys I've watched their entire career.
Yeah, but I'm saying just on the way I see, man, Randy gets celebrated. I think he became mainstream during. I think it was back during Vine, Vine, and that's what made him that's when the whole like RKO like out of nowhere stuff started because people started making memes and videos. That's what put him in the mainstream, kind of like in the John Cena-esque category. That's what really made him like a whole nother level of popularity. But just his in-ring ability and just him able to, like even now, because like I remember like, back when he was younger, like he used to wear suits. I couldn't even see Randy in a suit now.
Well, that's because he was in Evolution. He had to wear suits.
Yeah.
Until Triple H kicked him out.
Yeah, but I couldn't even picture Randy wearing a suit now. Like it don't even seem.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, him coming out in a suit, I can't even picture him doing that.
And
now.
that's why you say he just keeps
it's
changing.
The evolution of it. And like
he's the Viper now.
And so I wouldn't, what would be your, it's probably a whole nother topic, but what would be what do you think the best version of Randy was? For me, I could say, well, I'm not gonna say now because of age, but he's still great. But where he just had it just perfect, like a perfect Randy Orton. I feel like it was during the bubble, like when they was doing the pandemic, because you got everything. It's like because he still was young enough because that was before the injury.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like character-wise, it encapsulated everything because you had 09, you had the younger version, you had the maturity, and it's like he could tap into all that, and then there's just one complete version of him during that 2020, like during that pandemic era.
I could agree with that. Normally, I'd say around when Evolution got back together, and he had the Undisputed Championship when they were doing the double championships.
See, with that, and I would agree with that in terms of accolades, it's hard. I feel like that got overshadowed by Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, but the character work was still great. Like, but I can agree the pandemic version of Randy was top tier as well. Randy's just top tier, man.
Yeah,
like he's just top tier. Yeah, I don't have anything. I have anything negative to say about Randy Orton.
Yeah,
he's just he's him. He's that guy. He ain't no Bret Hart, but he's my guy. He's my guy. But we went way off topic.
Yeah, way off topic.
To a couple other places, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. So that's been our episode today, the 8301 podcast. If you have questions, comments, concerns, make sure you put them in the comments section. And if you're not on YouTube and you listen somewhere else, make sure you email us at 8301podcast@gmail.com. I have been your host, Marcus Brown.
This your boy, Chris.
Remember, whenever you want WWE news or conversation or debate, come to the best address you know, 8301. We'll holler at y'all next time.
Sir.
Peace.